Hi, my name is Paige. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my November bullet journal spreads. Like always, I'm going to go and flip through anything that has changed since the beginning of this journal and show you what October looked like filled out, as well as my new November spreads. So let's just jump right into it. So I really don't think there's much to add, except I've added my selfie for the year. And I believe I've just updated my stats for October. And I have not been posting on Instagram, if we cannot tell. I have my books and fics stats right here as well. I've been reading a lot of fan fiction lately because I am doing NaNoWriMo and I chose to write a fan fiction for NaNoWriMo, so I've just really been wanting to read a lot of fan fiction. And we all know that I love fan fiction as well. So in October, I only hauled 2 books. I didn't unhaul anything, and right here is my graph for all 14 of the books I read and the number of words I read in fan fiction right here. Nothing new on any of these pages, I believe. Here are my TBR pages. I've been trying to remember to keep these updated. All the green means that I have already read those books, oranges mean I DNF'd them, and yellow means I unhauled them. I don't think I have updated these in a little bit, but these are so far my 5-star reads of the year. I think there are a couple more that I need to add from October, but I forgot to do that. So now let's get you all the way to my October spreads. I will be honest and say that I was not very good at updating everything, but here is where I was doing the trick-or-treat-a-thon, and this was my bingo board. I ended up with 4 bingos, one right here, diagonally, and then the 4 corners counted as a bingo. I did try and do the stab-a-thon, but I did not end up getting 2 of the prompts that we needed to get for that. But here are my star ratings for all of the books that I read for the month. My moods and moments, I ended up not really filling out a lot. I had a lot of question marks because I just forgot to pick this up and fill anything in. So there were a lot of things that I just left blank because I could not remember. I probably was just sitting on my couch and or playing Sims all day, so those things did not get written down for the month. So moving on to my last 2 pages for the October spreads, we have my book club where we read both Every Heart a Do-Re and Down Among the Sticks and Bones, and I wrote down my thoughts on those, and these were my favorites for the month. So we have The Bone Maker by Sarah Beth Durst as my favorite book, and with an E was my favorite media. I watched all of season 1 and maybe half of season 2, and then I'm trying to go a little bit slower now because I don't want to finish it, and I know that it doesn't end on like a full conclusion is what I heard. I feel like it's left a little bit on a cliffhanger and it doesn't ever get picked back up for another series, so I want to take my time with that one. My favorite quote was from You're on Your Own Kid by Taylor Swift, which brings me down to my favorite song. Midnight's came out. I think Anti-Hero was my favorite of the month, but it has since changed. But for my favorite fanfiction, we had Courtship Behaviors of the Southern Coastal Husbro, which was by Mad Lori, and my favorite ship is Buck and Eddie from 911. Still, I don't change very much with my ships, I'm not gonna lie. You'll see the same names over and over all the time. But that brings us to the end of my October spreads, and we are now moving into November. So I didn't really have much of an idea of what I wanted to do in November, but then I got my Midnight's vinyl and it came with all of these confetti stars, and I decided I was going to make this a semi-Midnight inspired theme. So I did all of these confetti stars, as well as I had these pictures of moons that I ordered off of Amazon. They're like little moon stickers, and so I put a moon sticker on these pages and wrote a line or a lyric from some of her songs. So here are my 4 books from my November TBR game that I pulled, so you can watch that video up here if you would like to see that. Over here, I just kind of wrote an end of year TBR where I have certain things like I need to gift a book to a friend, so I need to finish reading Ravensong for that. These are books that might help me with my A to Z challenge. I only have 2 set for some of these letters, but I have a few other options because thankfully somebody has sent me a list of different books that they have found with each of these titles. So I need to go through that list and see if there's any that I would like to read. Right here are books that I put in a 2020 These Books Will Deconstruct video, and I still have not read them and I have not unhauled them, so I feel like by the end of the year, if I haven't read them, it might be time to unhaul them. These books are for a video that I want to film and have uploaded by the end of the year, and this is a buddy read that I will be doing with a friend. Over here we have the lyrics to Maroon. Over here we have Anti-Hero lyrics, which are two of my favorite songs from the album. And this page is my tarot spreads. We have You're on Your Own Kid lyrics right here, and the 8 tarot cards that I pulled in the month, and the meanings that I found from them, and the questions that I asked for that reading. All right, so I decided to not do a daily wins, mood, and moments tracker like I have in all of the other months, because I am focusing on NaNoWriMo, and I felt like this could be my daily journaling moment. So every day I am coming in here and writing down how many words I have gotten to for Nano. The goal is to get to 50,000 words, so right here, and I think I'm doing pretty well according to this graph, because I did have a few chapters of this story already written a while ago, so I'm just kind of reworking some of those, so that's why I had some really steep days over here, but now I'm starting to level up just a little bit because I am stuck over here on chapter 6. So I decided to write down all of the chapters that I had outlined, and I'm giving myself about 3 scenes per chapter. That's not really set in stone, but I wanted to at least have the option to have 3 scenes. So as I finish each scene or get it to a very rough draft or reasonably finished zone, I'm going to just check off each of the scenes. So I have worked through all 5 of these chapters. I feel satisfied enough with where the scenes have been ended, but chapter 6 giving me a hard time. And if you want to watch my video on my first week of Nano, I will have that coming out on Friday for you, so you can see some of my struggles with this chapter and some of the struggles I've had writing in the first week of Nano. And down here are some lyrics to Bejeweled. And turning the page right here, I did have to cut a page out because I wrote rap wrong like 4 times. I wrote it, kind of tried to cover it up, wrote it again, and I kept spelling rap wrong because the W to the R is very difficult for me to write in cursive apparently. So I did have to cut this page out, and this is just my book club and wrap-up spread. I will do probably something similar to what I did in October, where I just drew some boxes depending on how much I wanted to write inside of them, and I'll keep the same things like my favorite fic, my favorite ship, my favorite book, my favorite quote, stuff like that. But in November we are reading She Who Became the Sun by Shelly Parker Chan for my book club, and down here I have the Mastermind lyrics that I love the most. So it's not necessarily the most exciting pages, but I feel like they're very functional for me towards the end of the year. And I also didn't want to do too many pages because I only have a couple of pages spaced out for December before I put extra things like my TBR, rollover books, my Goodreads goal rollover. I also decided that I wanted to try and add all of the fortunes that I've saved from fortune cookies, and it looks horrendous. I hate how this looks, so I might try and figure out something to do with this. Some stickers I've gotten over the year, and I just wanted to do like a cute little page of where my TBR was at the beginning of the year and where it ends. So how many books that I have on my physical TBR shelf, I wanted to do something like that for these. And then I just have a bunch of empty space towards the end, but I am getting really excited to work on my 2023 journal. So this came in the mail, and I have really been focusing on what spreads I want to do, what I want to include in this, and so it's kind of taken all of my effort to continue wanting to make this look cute when I just want to work in this one right now. But let me know if there are certain videos that you want me to put out for my 2023 journal. Do you want me to show how I set it up, like actually doing it in real time or like through a time lapse, or do you just want like completed spreads and walkthroughs like I have been doing? Because I can do it either way. And would you also like it in shorter chunks of like a few spread ideas at a time? Let me know what you would like to see with my 2023 journal. I'm just so excited to get into this one. I like don't even care about this one anymore. I mean, I do, I'm so proud of how far I've gotten in this one. This is the first journal that I've actually ever worked through nearly all the way. So I'm just really excited to jump into this one. I'm really excited with how far I've come along in this one and how journaling has gone. It's been such a fun year so far. So I think that is all that I have for this update. I know it's going to be a super short little video, but again, let me know what you want to see for future bullet journal videos. I will have my December ones coming out next month. And if you would like to stick around to see those, go ahead and make sure that you are subscribed. And I will see you in my next video, which should be my, what's it called? NaNoWriMo week 1 video on Friday. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you later. Goodbye. Now I have to edit and upload this video right now because I put it off all day yesterday and I really wanted to paint my nails, so I had to do that first. Okay, let's do that now.